Hello, awesome course creators. This is Benita Walker, your course creator extraordinaire. And I am coming to you today to talk to you about lead magnets. So I'm going to share my screen and get right to it. As you know, when you want to create or invite people to be a part of your program or your course, you are going to have some means of enticing them, bringing them into your world. And one of those means is through a lead magnet. So I am sharing my screen now. Let's see if I can get this to slideshow presentation. And this is part one. There is a second part to this that tells you a little bit more and goes into detail about all the tech involved in getting this lead magnet out to your prospects, okay? So what is a lead magnet? Let's start there. Obviously, it's something of value. It's usually information. We would prefer it to be information and digital and not something that you have to purchase and ship out to a customer or a prospect, okay? But it is something of value, and it's usually so valuable that your prospect is willing to give up their name and email address just to obtain this valuable piece of information. That is a lead magnet. We are bringing people into our world based on the fact that we have something to offer them. So what are you going to do in order to get their name and email address? Obviously, you're going to have to create this lead magnet. And what are the things that you're going to ask of them for them to receive it? First of all, you're going to ask for their first name only. Last name is not needed, but I do see a lot of people who will ask for name, first and last name, or they'll just simply say full name. And even if it says full name, a lot of times I just give them my first name. That's all that's needed. You want to give them as little information, ask for as little information as possible so that they don't feel intimidated about giving up something of value to them. You're also going to ask for the email address. So those are the two main things, email address and first name. And I've even seen coaches now who are only asking for the email address. They eventually get their name later, but for the most part, I ask for a first name and an email address. Now, asking for a phone number is optional. Remember, you want to keep this as simple as possible and make it easy for them to be willing to give up information for you. And why would you ask for a phone number? Well, you can send a text just before or just after sending out an email. And that's simply a notification that says, hey, prospect, I just sent you an email, I want you to go check it out. Or I'm about to send you an email, go check it out. Because they're not going to always be looking at their email, but they will have their phone handy and they will get a notification or ding or something on their phone that says, hey, here's a text coming through. So if you have their phone number, that's a great way to get people to open up your email. All right. So remember though, for the phone number, you're not pitching them anything. You're not saying anything other than, hey, I just sent you an email, go check it out. Now, you are going to get more email openings if you also get that phone number. But again, make it optional. You don't want to make it so hard for them to say, okay, I'm not giving up my phone number. I'm not going to even try for that particular freebie. So why a lead magnet? Well, the lead magnet has one goal, and that is to attract the right people to join your email list. And you want to have people join your email list because I know you've heard the term, the money is in the list. Okay, riches are in the niches and the money is in the list. If you have a great email list, a list of prospects that are eager and ready to buy your product or service, then that list is of utmost importance. Remember back a few months ago when Facebook shut down? Okay, there can be times when social media will shut down. but your email list is yours. If social media, all of social media decide, okay, we're going to start charging you now if you want to use our platforms, or they decide to just shut down, which they probably would never do because they're making lots of money from it. But if it was for whatever reason inaccessible to you, your email list is something that you own. So you want that lead magnet so that you can have an email list. But of course, some lead magnets are going to fail. So here are some of the reasons why they might fail. They're not focused on a single problem. You make sure that your lead magnet focuses on something that is particular to your target audience. It has to meet a specific pain point. For example, I want to lose weight, or I want a flat tummy. I want to have a better relationship with my teenage son or daughter. Those are specific pain points. Okay, I can't get in cute shoes anymore. How can I reduce this water weight? You got to create that enticing invitation that says, hey, I have the solution to your pain. Now, if there are multiple problems, maybe they want to lose weight and they want to grow their hair, you need to do a split test, and that's going to help you determine which problem is more significant than the other. If you have a problem that's more significant, go with it. Create your lead magnet for that particular problem. Now, it's not going to hurt you to create more than one lead magnet, because the more experienced and wealthier coaches are going to have definitely more than one lead magnet. But just to start you out, use the lead magnet that is going to solve the most significant problem. Now, here are some different types of lead magnets that you could probably have. Obviously, they come in all shapes and sizes, but this is just a brief list that will help you get your brain juices flowing and to figure out, okay, well, what can I create? You could create a checklist, a swipe file, a challenge, although a challenge is going to be a lot more involved. It's going to take a lot of work and planning. But there are other things that are going to be a lot simpler, something that you can put together in a matter of an hour or two. A video, especially a short training video, any sort of printable, maybe they just want a list of the top 100 Facebook groups where they can advertise for free in or promote for free in. Maybe they want a calendar of some sort, or maybe they want a journal of some sort. Any type of printable would be a valuable lead magnet in a lot of niches. Just a short report, a handbook. When you're creating things like a report or a handbook, make sure it's not lengthy. If you got a 50-page handbook, I mean, why should they buy your course? They got 50 pages to read. Okay, I'll just go through your 50 pages. I'm pretty sure there's some valuable information in here that's going to help me get from point A to point B. I don't need your course. So you don't want it to be too lengthy. You could do case studies. You could offer a template, cheat sheets. You could actually give them the first module of your online course and say, this is my lead magnet, come take my course. And if they like what they see, they'll go ahead and sign up and get the rest of those modules. Offer a free training, webinar, a quick start guide, an ebook. And again, ebooks, make sure they're not lengthy. A free consultation or quiz. All of these are great lead magnets for almost any niche. So what must your lead magnet include? First of all, as I mentioned, it has to solve a specific problem or pain point. You want to tailor it specifically for your ideal customer. So you've got to know your ideal customer avatar like you know yourself. Make sure it's valuable and make sure it is easy to consume, not something lengthy, not something so complicated that they need some type of training guide just to go through your lead magnet. All right. So now, once you've decided on what kind of lead magnet you are going to create, let's go about creating it. Where is it going to be created? My two favorite places, and it can be any type of place that you can create these lead magnets from, but my suggestion is some type of Word document. All right, either a Word document or Canva. Now, there are obviously other design studios out there, and there are other Word programs or writing programs out there that allows you to create documents. But I would go with Microsoft Word or Canva. Those often the easiest to use. Most people know how to use them. Now, if you create a physical product and you say, well, I'm going to give away, I don't know, a tube of lipstick for all of my potential clients because I sell makeup, I'm a makeup artist. Well, obviously you're going to have to order it and you're going to have shipping materials in order to ship it out. So it's up to you. Physical products can be used as lead magnets, but you just want to be careful there. I would prefer something digital so that you're not you don't have the expense of the product purchase itself as well as the cost of shipping. Okay. And if you create a challenge or a webinar, what sources can you use? Of course, any video source out there, Zoom, Vimeo, Muse, there are others out there. Use them, use YouTube. Okay, those are some valuable places where you can create your challenge or your webinar or some type of training video. And you don't need a lot of equipment. You can use your phone as your camera or your computer camera, whatever is available already. You don't want to go out and spend a lot of money when you are creating this lead magnet because, again, it's free. You're giving it away for free in exchange for that person's name and email address. All right. So we don't want to spend a lot of money, but we do want to include some things. Obviously, we've got to include a call to action. Why give away something if you're not going to ask for something? Well, obviously, your first call to action is, hey, give me your name and email address. You get to have my freebie. You can include social media handles. Now, when I say include social media handles, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Clubhouse, your Facebook, all of these social media handles are not done on what's called the landing page. All right, I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. It's going to be done when you deliver the lead magnet. All right, in delivering the lead magnet, you're delivering it through an email with the link in it to get the freebie. That's where you're going to say, hey, you can find me on Facebook here. You can find me on Instagram there. You can find me on Clubhouse with this name. That's where you're going to add your social media handles. Also, you should include an invitation to join your Facebook group. Again, this is in the lead magnet itself. It is not on the landing page. Now, for those of you who have lost just this minute, a landing page is the page the client is going to land on to see, oh, this is where I would put my name and email address so that I can get the freebie you just told me about. Okay. It's not a place where there's going to be navigation. You won't have a home screen, about me page. You're not going to have a contact me page. You're not going to have a products page. You're not going to have anything like that. It's just going to be a place that describes what the lead magnet is and a place for their name and email address. I can give you an example of one. I don't think I have one handy that I could show you, but I will make sure that there is a copy of a landing page inside of MemberVault. All right. And it is also in my landing page training, which comes up soon. So if you have a special event coming up, you can invite them to join. Now, I said this is optional. Why? Let's say you create a lead magnet today, all right? And I don't know, it's June 1st. and you have an event coming up July 1st, and you're saying, here's your freebie, download it with this link. They click the download, they got this freebie, but they also have your email address still, right? And it says sign up for this event coming up, and maybe they'll click and sign up for the event, fine and dandy, on June 1st. But what happens as this particular information about the fact that you have a lead magnet is popping up on their feed, or you're constantly promoting it, and it's July 1st, or it's July 30th, or it's August 1st, that event has passed. So you don't want to include an event that has passed. So make sure, if you choose to include an upcoming event in your lead magnet, you are going to have to be very organized in being able to go back into your original lead magnet and either changing to the next event coming up or deleting that information altogether. And that's not a difficult thing to do, to change out a lead magnet. It's just that you would have to be well organized in order to remember, oh, I do have some information in my lead magnet. I've been advertising my lead magnet on a daily basis. It's in my group, it's in my friends group, it's on my page, but yet it's no longer July 1st. It's after July 1st. It's August, it's September, it's October. You don't want to be inviting them to something that has just happened in the past, all right? So you gotta keep up with that. Always add how they can work with you. So in your lead magnet that you are delivering, that deliverable is coming to that person in the form of an email with a link in it that says, hey, this is how you get my email. I mean, this is how you get my freebie. In that email, in that very same email, you're gonna say, if you'd like to work with me, and then tell them how. Give them a link to either tell them to DM you, or give them a link to another landing page that says how you can work with me. Or you can even give them a link to a form that says, hey, fill this form out and we can talk. All right, but it can include things like that. How they can work with you, make sure there's a call to action of some sort, your social media handles, and the invitation to grow your group. So now you've heard me talk about, oh, it's coming to them in an email. It's coming to them in an email. There's going to be a link for them to click. Well, what happens after you actually create this Word document, or you create this lead magnet in Canva? Well, what are you going to do with it after you create it? How is it they're going to have the link to get it? So first of all, in Canva, you can download anything that you create. So you're going to download it and save it to a folder on your computer. All right, same thing in Word document. You're going to save it as a document. It's usually some type of folder on your computer. It's usually inside of Word, and it might just be in its own separate thing called document, depending on how you have your folder set up on your computer. But in either event, whether you created this in Word, in Canva, whether you just simply created a Vimeo video or a YouTube video, wherever it is, you are going to upload that piece of information, that freebie, to a cloud source. Now, you don't want to upload it to the email provider itself. There are some email providers, not a lot, but some email providers allows you to upload your freebie right to their platform. An example would be MailChimp. However, MailChimp has limitations on how large the file can be. So if your lead magnet is a video, that's a much larger file than, say, something that's a checklist. Okay, so I strongly suggest that you upload it to a cloud source such as Google Drive or Dropbox. Now, I do have a separate training that shows you how to upload things to Google Drive and Dropbox, and then how to get that link from those two sources to put inside your email. All right.
So you're going to grab the link from either source, whether it's Google Drive or Dropbox, and obviously you're going to give it to your customer. By what? By way of an email. So you simply take that link, put it in the email, send that email out to your customer, and that's how your customer is going to get their freebie. So how do you give that link to your prospects? In other words, how does your customer get the lead magnet? I'm going to see you in the next video.